Good morning, and welcome to another cloudy and overcast Winnipeg. Now, speaking of cloudy and overcast, yesterday I had a rather unusual day weather-wise. I was going to go out on my bike and check the radar, and I could see rain moving in. And I thought, okay, I better not go too far, and I didn't. I was only out for maybe 10-15 minutes altogether, and then I came back, and because the sky to the west looked like something was coming. So I came into the house and I checked the radar again, and it was actually looking better than it was before I went out. And yeah, for the rest of the day, what was happening is that the rain was moving in from the west, which is that way. So it was moving in from the west, and it would get to Winnipeg, and it would just sort of, it was like there was a wall there. It just sort of disappeared, and we didn't have rain all day long yesterday, and so I ended up with a short ride. But at least I had a ride. Now, speaking of rides, when I was out for my group ride with my son on Pizza Day, I was noticing that the helmet that he was wearing, in other words, my other helmet that doesn't have the visor over in the front of it. In other words, it's not like that one. It's this one. Okay, enough details. It sort of blended in with the horizon. It didn't really stand out. Now, of course, everybody knows that when you're out in traffic, unless you're another car, you want to be visible as possible. In fact, one of the sayings goes when you're out on a bicycle or something like that, you ride as though you are invisible. I think one of the viewers also said that. And that's true. My experience has been that they sometimes don't seem to see you. So you want to be seen, right? Okay. So yesterday I took my this helmet here, which is sort of a gray color, or was a gray color, and I painted it with a Stynylrez primer white, and so I think it's probably about as cured as it's going to get. The idea is today I'll be painting it yellow. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. I won't be doing it on camera, don't worry. But I think what we should do on camera is this is now dry as it's going to get. And we should maybe just take a quick look at some of these maybe that have a little bit of detail in them, and see how I'm quite pleased, in other words, with the way the paint shrunk wrapped around all the detail. Even the very, very fine detail is still visible. Yeah, the spraying went really good yesterday. I still have to paint these, though, the number 66, so that they'll match up with this other stuff over here. And I'm just going to use a paintbrush for that. I'll just maybe quickly do it off camera. These little wheels, control wheels, they got to be painted red. I think all of them get painted red, but I'm not sure. We'll check the painting and marking guide here. No, it looks like two of them are painted green. We'll figure it out. Okay. There wasn't much of a sunrise that I can remember, although when I first got up this morning I did notice a bit of a glow in the sky. I don't know if I'll do anything with that. If I can well imagine that I will have been dubbing it over, because that's the way I do it. Okay, yeah, let's just sort of move on today, and I think we'll take like I say, we'll take a close look at this, and then maybe we'll put some of the little parts down in the various places. I only need two of these. I can't remember which two it is, but once again, we'll figure it out. Okay, we won't waste a big bunch of time here looking at everything. We'll just look at the stuff that we're going to be using in this module, which is this one, and this one. And we'll move in a little bit here, and maybe we'll turn on a cross light here, cast a shadow. That sort of raises the detail, at least I think it does. Okay, now I went to extra pains, you might say, to not pool it on, and it worked out pretty good. There's no caking around those simulated nuts and bolts. Okay, now that's that one. Yeah, even a very fine detail is not blurred out because the paint was too thick. You can see the rivets are just standing right out there. Okay, and the last one. Now you can see the detail here. Yeah, I think it came out pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
Nice day, a little bit fresh.
Yeah, weatherman says showers.
We went out into the big field, you know, beyond the old bus loop. She had a dump and I said house, and she did a U-turn and headed back. And then I said Uncle Ron, and she speeded up. Good ride yesterday?
Short ride. I went out and I thought it was going to rain, and I came back, and then it turned out it didn't rain. So
how far did you get?
I only was on for about 15 minutes, I guess. I went over the Rothesay Bridge, out was it Gilmore there to Raleigh or Gateway and around. You know, I'm noticing that the my speedometer says I'm going faster than I think I am. Does that app that you have on your cell phone give the speed, or just
yeah, it does.
In
the speed overall. Well,
but live, I mean, like
it'll give you a report every 2 minutes.
Oh no, that's no good.
But every 2 minutes, if it was reading out, it would say you are currently going, 40 kilometers an hour, and then you could glance down and see what your speedometer said.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, I want the kind that is live all the time. I thought maybe that yours did that. So
it's live all the time, but it only talks to you every 2 minutes.
But what does it show on the dial, like on the display?
Distance, height you went.
Oh no.
Speed, okay. Average speed, stuff like that.
I think I'm going to look for an app that I know they have them. That shows the GPS speed. It'd be a little bit more accurate, I think.
And then you could tape it to the speedometer and look at the two of them.
That's right. Yeah. Fasten it to the handlebar.
But you're gonna need a cell phone.
I got a cell phone
with data.
It won't work off the GPS? It has to work
off the satellite.
Oh, okay. I thought that mine did. Okay, I'll check that out. Anyway.
I wonder if yours works off Wi-Fi.
Well, I know that I used it last year on that cycling thing.
Oh, then it works.
Yeah. It just reads the satellites. Yeah, you just gotta lick my hand, don't you? Yeah.
You taste like paint and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I guess I do taste like paint.
Just like glue sniffing, smelling your hands.
Okay, Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, step 28. And right now it is raining out. Now I am thinking that being as we're not going to actually need this part until we get to, I think it's step 30, is when we drop it down. I think the smart thing for me to do is get it into a nice safe place. Okay, we don't need to worry about that now, except for when I'm winding the clock. Starting from left to right, or I guess in your case it would be from the bottom up, we're hit with a bunch of little control wheels which I have not painted yet. But we've got the P68, which is this part right here, as near as I can tell. It looks like it to me. And the P68, I don't think there's a right or a wrong way to put it on. It has to go right there. Yeah, I think once we get a bunch of these little pieces that are painted the number 66 mounted onto this part here, which is painted the 338, it's going to look pretty good. Once again, I'm sort of thinking about panel line accent color to bring out some of these other places, but you know, I'm just leery about that. Okay, I don't know, should I use my Revell Contacta? UK Jason did a I wouldn't call it a tutorial, but he talked about it in one of his recent episodes. Yeah, and also Aussie Frenchman is big on Revell Contacta. See, let me grab it. Okay, I found it. It took a minute. I couldn't remember where I put it. It's been so long since I used it. Anyway, what I find with the Revell Contacta is I'm constantly having to take a cigarette lighter and burn off the tube because it has a tendency to plug up. But other people love this stuff, so let's just see if it's going to work here. Am I going to have to use my cigarette lighter thing? No, it's working. Now, I know I'm putting it around the inside, and I should really be putting it around the inside of this, shouldn't I? I'm going to have to do this off camera. The angle's just too awkward. Okay, that will adhere. Okay, moving down now, we have the P13s. I'm wondering if I should maybe paint the wheels. Well, I'll do that later. Oh, this piece here that has the BBC on it. Yeah, I got an email, or rather, we got a message from somebody who seemed to know what that BBC stood for, at least what he thought it was. It's definitely not a British Broadcasting Corporation or whatever. Okay, so these go. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong here. You can see it's. They're going to go like that. Yeah, that looks like it's going to fit okay. Once again, maybe I will use the Revel Contacta, and just put some on the inside. You know, I should not be holding this over top of this. So why am I doing it then? Let's go a little bit off the page here. Okay. I know I have a tendency to over glue, and I'm trying not to do that. It's, let me just, pardon my thumb here. Yeah, I think it's down. But is it down in the right place? Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay. I did get a little bit of, I don't know, this one just doesn't look right. Oh, it feels right. Feels right. Okay. What's next here? Looks like P62. If we're going, not necessarily on here, but if we go from left to right, P62, and it looks a lot like, well, it's going to be round. Is it this one here? Yeah, I think it's that one there. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's got three little things on the top of it there. And there's a positioning peg on the side that you can just barely see there. And it has to plug into, I may have to do some of this off camera here. Okay, P62, where's my pointer here? Okay, if we follow the line in, okay, it goes into this hole right here. And it goes obviously with the three little pointy things up. And the best way to maybe do this would be like that. You know, I can't see that thing. Yeah, I know it's not straight here. Okay, we gotta straighten it out. Okay, like that. Alrighty, well, we got 4 pieces on. I just looked into my monitor. I should really be using the macro lens. I'm going to recompose here. Okay, N23. And I've already put some extra thin. that should be alright. N13. Oh, I put too much extra thin on there. Well, that will evaporate. And yeah, I gotta dig out that comment about what the BBC stood for. Okay, I was looking for the N24, which is this one here that I'm rotating. You notice there's 4 little somethings on the side there. And at first I grabbed this one right here, which is the P61. And the P61 would have fit where this is supposed to go. Now, in all likelihood, nobody would notice the difference, but let's try and get it right. Okay, so we're going to do the N24. Maybe I should have done a dry run here. I am wondering if maybe I've got CA glue on the inside of that from when I was putting the... Oh, there we go. Yeah, when I was putting those little holding sticks on there. Now, as near as I can tell, it doesn't matter which way this goes up. Okay, it's down. That's where it's going to stay. P64. Okay, I'm looking straight down on it and I can see that it's perpendicular or square to the world. Now P53 here, it can go either way. In other words, it'd be easy to put it upside down, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting it if I go like this. Yeah. Oh. Did I get some? I must have got some extra thin on this part, on this paint here. Yeah. I got kind of marked it up there, didn't I? What if I can scrape that off? Clean off my hobby knife here. I don't know if I'm going to be making it better or worse. Just trying to smear that back together. Well, I don't think anybody's going to be able to see that anyway. I could always take a little brush with some 66 on it, I guess, but in all likelihood, by the time I get to the end of this part here, I'm going to have forgotten all about it. Okay, P67. It goes with that little piece of detail down and the pointed down. And it's not quite straight. Twist it a little bit to the left. Now a little bit to the right. Okay, I'm looking straight down on it. I can see that it's square to the world. Okay. Okay, this number 66 is very thinned out, but I think we can get rid of the, after this evaporates, we'll have gotten rid of that shine. I'll just go all the way around now, just so that the paint matches. Otherwise, we're going from airbrush to paintbrush. Okay, I think that'll be okay. Look in the monitor. Yeah, well, once that dries, that should be all right. How about on the side here? Okay, yeah, that'll be okay. We'll look at it in a minute after it dries. Okay, it's probably about 90% dry. And I think it looks better. Okay, this piece here, P51, right here, it doesn't actually go on in step 28 as near as I can tell. So we are supposed to put the wheel on as long as we're over here working from left to right. Now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I got a coffee visitor, right? And yesterday was Monday, and he couldn't come, so he's coming today, which is Tuesday. So I'm going to wind her up here. What do we got here? 12:46. I got lots of time. Take my time. Yeah, I want to put the first coat of yellow on that helmet today and stuff like that. So I'm going to wind her up here. Oh, I did paint these pipes. I don't think they're going to need a second coat. I just used the paintbrush. Yeah, I think they're going to be okay. Whoops. Careful, Ron. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.